Hey everybody, KC here. So, a confession. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. Quite frankly, I find it to be a time and energy suck. And maybe that's sort of appalling for somebody who spends, makes a living online writing a blog. But, one of the things I'm proudest of about Morning Newsbeat, it's all curated, right? Even the emails are curated because I don't want crazy fringe conversations taking place on the site. I don't want to waste my time, and I really don't want to waste your time. I'm telling you this in part because I had to read on mysanantonio.com a story about a debate taking place on Reddit. And the debate is, which is a better supermarket, Wegmans or H-E-B? And basically, I guess it started because somebody went on Reddit and said, hot take, a Wegmans would destroy H-E-B in San Antonio and the rest of the state. And then, of course, somebody from San Antonio came back and said, I lived in a city with a Wegmans. That store is way too expensive for what you get. Sure, it's decorated nicely, but the quality doesn't warrant the high prices. H-E-B is superior. And it goes on and on and on. And, to me, frankly, it's a stupid argument. H-E-B has shown no signs of leaving Texas to go elsewhere in the United States. So the odds on their having to compete against Wegmans is pretty small. And Wegmans, while they've certainly expanded outside their New York beginnings, they show no sign of going to Texas. The much more interesting battle, by the way, is the one that's going to take place between Wegmans and Publix, because that's coming, and that's going to be really, really interesting. Listen, here's the deal. They are both great stores, right? And I suspect they've learned a lot from each other over the years, just in terms of going out, looking at what they're doing, perhaps having conversations about it. Actually, and I think the better comparison to Wegmans is Central Market, which strikes me as being a lot closer to Wegmans in terms of operating philosophy. But these things are all not apples to oranges. They're not apples to apples. They're operating in different places. Yeah, Wegmans is more expensive than H-E-B probably, but it's operating in places that are more expensive. I wouldn't expect that their prices would be the same, and it's not really fair to compare them. But here's the deal. It's all relative. Anybody who gets to shop at a Wegmans or an H-E-B, and especially at a Central Market, they're really, really lucky people. Just as there are lucky people all over the country that get to shop at places like Lund's and Byerly's or Dorothy Lane Market, Stu Leonard's. There are lots of great stores, great companies in a lot of different places. And one of the things that makes them interesting is that in so many cases, they have grown up and they have formed themselves around the communities that they serve. It's really important to understand that if you're serving Rochester, New York, you're probably not going to necessarily have a comparable offering to what you're doing as you're serving San Antonio, Texas. By the way, somebody points out in the Reddit conversation, I guess butter tortillas is something that Wegmans does not have. I don't know if Wegmans could sell butter tortillas, but I think that their track record is if they can sell it, they will sell it. And like I said, everybody's lucky. I'm happy that I have a Wegmans not too far from me. I'm going to have a Wegmans closer to me in a couple of years when they finally finish building it. I've got a Stu Leonard's. Life is good. Stop having stupid debates online. It's just wasting everybody's time, including, I guess, mine, now that I've talked about it for a few minutes. That's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.